Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 131 or 132. I can't quite remember. I have a feeling this is actually episode 132. We've got so many episodes now, it's just completely slipping my mind. But I have to say, I'm going a little bit crazy today, okay? I have spent the past 6 hours editing together my Australia video. Okay, so of course, went to Australia, you guys know about that. I have not stopped talking about the fact that I am in Australia, and now that I'm back home from Australia. But what you may not know is that I took a few cameras with me. I took my big digital SLR, I also took a GoPro along, and I basically did a bunch of filming, and I've been trying my best to put all of that together in one video, and it's difficult. It's seriously difficult, because I am such a perfectionist when it comes to those sorts of videos, and I really want to get it right. So I have done a bunch of different edits. I've scrapped a few of them. I'm only about a quarter of the way done on the video, and it's currently Friday afternoon. The video is due to release on Saturday, which gives me, it gives me quite the deadline. So I thought what I'd do is I'd take a break from the whole editing thing and hop onto the Hermitcraft server and record myself an episode, because I am in a very Minecrafty mood right now. I have looked at editing software for long enough. I just want to go back to this blocky world, and today I've got a bunch of really awesome plans, and this episode should actually be really quite interesting. So let's crack on. So to start things off, in today's episode, we're going to be working on the industrial tree farm. Now, this is a project that we started in the previous episode of Hermitcraft. It's something that I've wanted to do for a very long time indeed. And I have to say, I'm quite impressed with the amount of progress that we managed to make in the previous episode. We've got the giant slab, we've got all of the hoppers in place, all of the minecart rails and things, and we managed to come up with a design which was pretty intelligent. So now all we have to do is decorate the thing, because of course it's looking pretty horrendously ugly right now. But also we have got to add in all of the dispensers, the bone meal dispensers, which means that we've got to do all of the redstone clocks as well. And we have to do the storage system for all of the saplings, as well as the storage system for all of the bone meal. So there's still quite a handful of things that need to be done, but we do have the basics, and we know where we're going, and that's the most important thing. So I'm going to head off to my little storage system, start picking up some resources, then we can get started. So first things first, it is time to craft up the most frustrating item in all of Minecraft, which of course is the dispenser. I mean, this thing is the biggest pain in the bum. Look, we put in all of the cobblestone, we put in the redstone, and then this is how we have to do it. This is how we have to do it. I mean, I don't have time for this. My left finger is already getting tired, and I've only crafted 4 dispensers. I need to craft, like, at least 30. It's going to take all day. Guys, I've just realised the fatal design flaw. I've just realised the fatal design flaw that I did not think of. Oh, my word. Guys. Oh, no. I think I can fix this. Okay, right. The fatal design flaw was the fact that if I place the dispenser here, gradually, very gradually, I might add, all of the bone meal is going to get removed from it, because of course the minecart hopper is traveling around like this. So my idea was the dispensers were going to go like this, and they were going to be there, and they were all going to be filled with bone meal and things. But then, as you can see, obviously we've got a minecart track that goes right underneath them with a hopper minecart on it that would just remove all of the bone meal. So that wouldn't work. And I just had a small little panic attack there, thinking I have just built a gigantic build that's never going to work. But I think I've just come up with an idea to fix it, and it's relatively simple. Okay, so it looks like we're just going to have some hoppers missing, which is fine, because of course, yeah, no, this is perfect. This is absolutely fine. All right. Whew, okay. That had me worried. Don't know if you can tell. My voice has gone funny. Oh boy. Okay, so this is the new design style that we've got. So we've got the dispensers running into the dirt. And as you can see, we have all of our hoppers. Everything is now looking okay. And we shouldn't have any problems, which is good. Oh, I was so worried then. I thought I was about to just completely leave my computer. Obviously, I've done a bunch of editing today. I wanted to hop onto the Hermitcraft server for a nice relax. That wasn't going to happen, apparently. But now it is all fixed, so that is all good. So now what we have to do is hook up all of these dispensers here to a long line of redstone, and that is going to be our redstone clock. And I'm just trying to think, how would I like to power these? Because, I've just thought of another design flaw. This, this build is filled with them. I think I might go across like this. I'm going to go across. Yeah, I'm going to go across like that. Because otherwise, I won't be able to go across the farm like this, if that makes any sense whatsoever. I probably should have planned this a little bit better, I'm not gonna lie. Got a bit of a progress update for you guys. As you can see, all of the dispensers have been removed because I am removing the entire automated redstone element of this build, simply because it's silly. It's silly. It's completely pointless to a certain extent. I just thought it would be a fun thing to add into the mechanism. It doesn't really help anything, but it has just created so many problems, okay? It seriously has created so many issues with this design. So there was the accessibility issue, so we had to change it so that it was horizontal, but even then, that does cause some issues with access. But then also the redstone would be on top of the dispensers, which means that the small oak trees can no longer grow, which is going to cause an efficiency problem. So we're actually going to end up using loads and loads of bone meal, and the trees are going to take ages to grow because they can't really grow particularly well, or at least a certain type of tree can't grow anymore because of our extra efficient redstone system that we've added in, which doesn't make much sense particularly. And I tried to alter the design to cater for that, and yeah, it just didn't really end up working particularly well. So unfortunately, that means that the redstone element is going to be going. Instead, we're going to have a chest next to each and every one of these dirt blocks, and that is going to house a ton of bone meal so that we can pick that up, bone meal the trees, and all that sort of thing. So don't worry, it is still going to be super efficient. It's just not going to have all of the redstone. Now, I must admit, I do feel a little bit bad about everything that's just happened because, of course, I've just spent, I think we're about 7 minutes into the episode right here, and essentially all I've done so far is done stuff, then undone stuff. But if you feel bad, then just think about me, because I've just spent the past hour and 20 minutes doing stuff, then undoing stuff. Silly, really, absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, as you can see, I've now replaced all of my dispensers with these chests here, and that is going to work absolutely fine. So inside these chests, there's going to be saplings. So there's going to be spruce saplings, birch saplings, jungle saplings, and all those sorts of things. And then there's also going to be a ton of bone meal in there. So basically going to be like little tree farming packages that next to each one of the dirt blocks, so that I can never really run out of resources, which seems like actually quite a smart way of doing things, probably a little bit smarter than my original design. So now I'm just going to grab some bone meal from over in our mob sorter over there, and then that will be good to go, and I'll just have to fill up all of the chests. Now I will admit that I have sort of toned down how much bone meal we're using. We're now only doing 5 stacks of bones per chest, which still works out to 15 stacks of bone meal, which I would say is more than enough. So that is that. There we go. All of the chests are now filled, as you can see. We have got bones in all of these, so all you have to do is come up to the chest, convert those bones into bone meal, then you can go to town and do a bunch of tree farming. Now, I need to chuck down a few hopper minecarts. I think I'm going to do 1 or 2, and we need to work on where the storage system is going to be. And to be honest with you, I have absolutely no idea where I want this storage system to be. Do I want it in the side of the mountain, or do I want it off out over here? Maybe in the side of this mountain? I'm starting to like that idea a little bit better. Like, I quite like the thought of it being just sort of up here in the side of this mountain here, nice and inconspicuous. I think that's probably the way that I'm going to go. So what I'm going to do is basically mine out a little area and then hook up some hoppers into a few chests. It's not going to be anything too fancy, but that is where all of the saplings are going to be. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I want to have a quick chat to you about something, because I have just started playing Minecraft really inefficiently. I don't know why this happens. This sometimes happens while I'm recording Hermitcraft episodes, but all of a sudden it seems like my brain just sort of half switches off, and things just begin to start taking a lot longer. Like basic tasks just begin to take a lot longer, and I don't really know how to explain it. It's like, remember, you know, if you're in school, or if you go back to school, if you're a little bit older than that, you used to occasionally do school projects, and you would just absolutely smash them out. Okay, they would be done. You would sit down, your pen would touch the paper, and it would be pretty much complete. And then other days, you would be sat there, and you'd be trying your best to do it, but just things weren't particularly happening for you. It's basically like that. That's basically what's happening right now. Like, I keep forgetting essential items. I keep doing stupid things. For example, what I did just then. I just keep doing stupid things like that. I keep going to the wrong areas of my base and things like that. And it means that simple projects, for example, creating this tiny little storage system right here, are taking a lot longer, because I don't seem to be able to switch on and basically do things correctly. And I have to say, it's really quite frustrating. I don't really know how to explain it. I don't understand why it happens, but it's happening, and it's really annoying. But anyway, as you can see right here, we have got all of the chests in place. This is where all of the saplings are going to be going. Now I've just got to run the hoppers out from where our minecart goes past into the back of them, and that will be our little sapling storage system done. So despite my little inefficiency, my little problem with just switching on and my brain being turned on, maybe I'm still jet lagged. I'm going to say that I'm still jet lagged, even though I've been back in the country now for almost a week? Yeah! Whoa! Where has the time gone? I've been back in the UK for almost a week. That's just completely blown my mind. It feels like it feels like a blur since I returned. I feel like I've literally just got back. This is very, very strange indeed. Okay, well, as you can see, yeah, here is our little storage system. This is where the saplings will go. So basically, our minecart will be traveling around, you know, picking up all the saplings and things like that. And it will go over the top of these two hoppers here. This one right here, and then this one as well. And those items will drop down into these hoppers, and they will make their way across and go into those chests. So that is that little system. And it's nothing special, as you can see, it's nothing special. There's no redstone going on, but I just think that's a pretty intelligent way of storing all of the saplings. So we'll come by, we'll pick up some of the saplings, then we'll go up to the tree farm and start planting them down. Which is something that we can pretty much do straight away, but I do need a bunch of different types of saplings. So I suppose I'm going to head off into my base and pick up all of those. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is decorating time. Finally, we're going to do something interesting in this episode. I know so far all I've done is I've come up with a bunch of grand ideas. I've started work on those grand ideas, then I've stopped doing those grand ideas, toned back the grand ideas, and created a slightly less grand idea, and then I've created a tiny storage system. It's not looking brilliant so far, I have to say. I apologise that this episode has been a little bit all over the shop, okay? It has. It really has. Sometimes you just have these sorts of episodes, but I'm still good. We're still good, and we're ready to play some Minecraft now, and I'm going to get my pretty hat and boots on, because we need to make this thing look good. Now, there's a few things that I need to do. First off, decoration-wise, I'm basically talking about this area right here. The rest of it is pretty well sunk into the ground, so I think I'm just going to like terraform this area so that it sort of smooths out. It's not going to be this big dirt brick wall, because that's not very nice. But other than that, I was thinking maybe something that looks a little bit like this. Now, bear with me here. I know that most of you hate cobblestone for a start. So this is not a good start for some of you. But I'll basically chuck these across, right the way across. Straight away, you know, I like the cobblestone. I do like the cobblestone, especially in this texture pack. And I know that's a bit cheaty for me to say, well, cobblestone looks good in my texture pack, because that means that everyone that's playing on default textures obviously is getting a bit of an ugly experience. But this strip is going to go across like this, and then I'm going to contrast that with my tree trunks. So I was thinking maybe something that looks a little bit like this. Now, once again, bear with me, because I have not tested this out in any form of testing world. But some blocks that go up like that. And that's going to be sort of every maybe 5 blocks or so, just going across like this. And I think it will look good. I mean, I personally think that will look okay. Maybe I could even line them up with the dirt blocks, and then the center hopper, then the dirt block, then the center hopper, then the dirt block, and so on. I think that's a good way of doing things. Yeah, so that's basically the design that I'm going to be going for here for this side section. What I'm going to do behind these, in this area here, I don't know yet. But we'll work on that when it gets to it. Tree trunks are in. I'm happy with it. Everything looks cool. Now we've got to do some serious terraforming in this area. Now, one thing that I am considering taking out is I'm going to take out this little lump right here, because this little lump, it's just a bit pointless. So I think most of it's been creeper holed as well. So we're going to have to do some serious terraforming there, but also some serious terraforming over in this area over here. Basically, where our tree trunks are dropped down into the dirt. I've heard that is something that you don't want. Okay, this is something that apparently is ugly right here, because it doesn't look stable. I've heard that. I've heard that from various builders and things. So I think what I'll do is I'll chuck in maybe some dirt going across like that, so it looks a little bit more secure. And this one, I mean, this would cause aneurysms for proper builders in Minecraft. So we're definitely going to fix that one as well. So maybe something a little bit like this. I mean, terraforming really isn't my forte, but hopefully I can create something that looks somewhat natural. So that looks good. Yeah, that looks good. And maybe like a few extra dirt blocks there. Cool. Okay, so I think I've done the job there. And I have to say I'm pretty happy with how these trunks look. But now we need to think of something that is going to go in this space. And straight away, we're going to need a strip of these slabs. So apparently we need a slab strip, which means that maybe we could do slabs and then cobblestone. Like a cobblestone strip going across like this. And then maybe slabs down to the floor. Maybe something like that. I don't know. I'll have to do some testing here. For those of you who don't like cobblestone, this may be just a bit much for you. you may be starting to feel a little bit ill with everything that I'm doing here, but just bear with me because, well, I personally think it looks cool, and that's because clearly I'm a big fan of the grey blocks in Minecraft. I had a big obsession with stone bricks. We saw that when I looked back through the Hermitcraft Series 2 world. I was in denial. I didn't think I used them that much, but I used them a lot. And now I use a ton of stone slabs and cobblestone, but it's nice. I mean, it looks nice, of course. Once again, terraforming definitely needs to happen, and these definitely need to go as well. I don't know why they're still here. Clearly this was me like shearing things maybe for leaves, but yeah, they're not the best looking stumps around. But I think that looks good. I mean, it definitely looks better than the floating platform that I had originally. So if we just remove some of this and chuck in some dirt to replace it, I'm fairly happy with the way that that build works. I mean, it doesn't fit in with all of this stuff over here. Like, they definitely look completely separate, which is fine, because of course this is on the complete opposite side of the river, so it's not like they're particularly matched to one another. Yeah, that looks good. Let me know down in the comments section what you think to this build. Maybe I could transition it into the hillside just a tiny bit better here. But other than that, I'm pretty chuffed with the way everything's turned out. So, as I say, let me know down in the comments section what you think to the way this thing looks. Most of you are probably going to tell me it looks horrendously ugly, so I would appreciate some positive comments here. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this one. Oh, I am pulling my hair out, ladies and gentlemen. So I've done all of the decoration. I've done the decoration on this side as well. Tiny amount there. But now I'm trying my best to terraform, and it's going down the pan. Seriously, going down the pan. I just don't know what I'm doing. Like, I have no idea what looks natural and what doesn't. That area there could do with some work. I've actually run out of dirt, so I'm just going to pull it from a different area. Basically just going to take away some of the terraforming from over here and chuck it down elsewhere, because that's the sort of mood I'm in right now. You're never going to see this stuff. Just completely ignore the fact that I've just destroyed that entire landscape. Because this is really, really difficult. I'm trying to create natural looking structures and things and make it look like this area here is naturally sunk into this landscape. And by Jove, is it not working? By Jove, is it not working? I mean, this could not look more manufactured if I tried. Oh, I'm just not built for this. Why can't this stuff be simple like Redstone? Redstone is very simple. Once you get the hang of it, it's extremely simple. It either works or it doesn't. Whereas terraforming, does that work? I can't tell. I know that I built it. Would other people be able to tell that I built it? Probably. It looks stupid. Oh, I'm just gonna stick to taking out these tree trunks instead. Right, let's see if I have any better luck on this side. Let's just see if I can just do this naturally. Come on, Ollie, you can do it. Ollie, you are the terraforming king. They should refer to you as Alan Titchmarsh. Alan Titchmarsh is a famous UK, well, I say famous, very loose definition of the word famous here. Used to go around people's houses and do their gardens live on TV. I mean, it was a very strange idea for a show when I look back. But he used to do pretty well off that. And I feel like I'm pretty well qualified for it right now, because I've done a lot of gardening here. And it looks better. Oh, why does that hard edge there, it just looks really strange. So maybe if I break up the hard edge and just sort of make it look a bit like this. No, that's definitely gone wrong. Maybe something like that. Does that look any better? I'd say it actually does. I'd say it actually does. A little bit. A small amount better. Yep. Okay, that's good. No, it's definitely looking better. If I take out like a few extra blocks here and maybe just cut into the landscape a little bit over here, I'd say we are on the money there. I think that looks okay. That definitely looks passable anyway. If we just chuck in a few blocks around here and things. You know what? The industrial tree farm, although it's not entirely complete, there's still a few things that I want to do with it. I'm pretty happy with its current state. I am a little bit disappointed that we didn't manage to do all of the redstone things. I feel like the redstone would have been a cool project. It would have been cool to get that up and running. Maybe if we can find solutions to all of the issues, I will do that at some point, because that seems like an intelligent way to go from here. But these chests, realistically, are more practical, they're more resource efficient, and they allow us to navigate the farm freely without having to hop around on the hoppers and things like that. So really, realistically, this is actually the better of the two options, which I know seems a little bit silly, but there we go. So there we have it. There is the industrial tree farm. It's looking cool. Let me know down in the comments section what you think to this project. And of course, if you have enjoyed this episode, please sure to hit that like button. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.